Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to the Truth Network. I'm back here with my wife and co-host D.
Hi everybody, I hope you guys are having a great day.
In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the After School Satan Club and Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's second pregnancy. Let's get right into it. For the last couple days, a town in Pennsylvania by the name of Hellertown has been making news headlines for a very strange reason. A Lehigh Valley middle school has introduced an after-school program that has left parents outraged. This middle school introduced an after-school Satan club that was sponsored by no other than the Satanic Temple. You may be asking yourself, what is this Satanic Temple teaching these children at this Satan club? Well, according to the Satanic Temple, they're not teaching children about Satan, but instead they stated this: we as members of the Satanic Temple do not believe in or worship the devil. We don't tell them Satan is the good guy and God is not real. We don't teach about our actual beliefs in the club. According to the Satanic Temple, the club teaches about compassion and creative thinking. This after-school program has risen concerns and has even led parents to protest against the school's decision to even allow something like this to happen. Here on this channel, we know exactly what this is. They're trying to humanize Satan and normalize Satan worship. These occultists have always been secretly after our children. Now, they no longer have to hide, and they're even giving the children directly. Just like Lucifer, those are part of the Satanic Temple believe in self-worship. That's why they claim they don't believe in the devil. Honestly, to me, the audacity alone of even introducing this in the first place was just unacceptable. We all know what the Satanic Temple represents. If we look at what the Satanic Temple practices, they practice occult rituals. They practice spiritual magic and all forms of spiritual magic, things that are very inappropriate for children. So how does this have a place in a school?
Most definitely. To me, this just shows how messed up our country is. They don't even allow us to talk about the Bible or religion period in school, but then they're going to allow this school to have this satanic club. And forgive me if I'm wrong, but isn't Satan connected to religion? So isn't this technically a religion type of club?
Yeah, and they're saying, because this is what they're reporting in the news. They're saying that because the school already had a after-school program where a church went and taught about the Bible, the Satanic Temple felt that it was necessary for them to have a Satan club that teaches the opposing side, which I understand, but at the end of the day, when is something taking things too far? That is like saying we teach about how to be a good person in school, so we should also teach children how to be a bad person. You understand? It doesn't even make any sense. Why would you want to introduce this topic to children? It's like I said multiple times, there's things that children don't need to be taught about, at least in a certain way. If you as an adult decide that you want to worship the devil or be a part of the Satanic Temple, well, that's on you. But I don't think that these things should be introduced to children that are in the process of learning, and that's the reason why they're in school. They go to school to learn. So if you associate school, which is learning, if you associate that with the Satanic Temple, at the end of the day, when you're done learning about math, you start learning about the devil, we're sending these kids the wrong message. And I believe it's just furthering manipulating the masses and pushing them further away from God, making it more acceptable for Lucifer to be able to rise and expose himself for what he really is. Because at the end of the day, we already live in Satan's world. It's just that it's being disguised, and most people just see it as a world where they're able to be free and do as they please.
Yeah, and it's so crazy how they're continuing to manipulate the younger crowd, through their music with people like Lil Uzi Vert, the shows that are on Netflix, and they're literally cartoon shows about the devil, and they're being promoted to children. And then, the children are already watching all of the award shows, and we see the stuff that's blatantly going on there. And now they allow this to go on. They have no shame in what they're doing, and they're just pushing it further and further, and everybody is just looking like it's okay and not even caring. There are parents who are allowing their children to join this club and saying that it's a good thing.
Yeah, there's going to be parents that have already been manipulated into thinking that this is a good thing because, like I said, worshiping Satan is just self-worship. That's what Satan introduced to the world. He told Adam and Eve that they can be their own gods. So essentially, self-worship is worshiping the devil. In ways, you can see how some people can misunderstand self-worship and think it's a good thing and think that there's nothing wrong with self-worship. So when they look at a club that's speaking all about self-worship and painting it as this amazing thing and basically implying that God is just preventing humanity from being their own gods, you start to see why people are attracted to that type of club. But in reality, a club like this just teaches these kids the values that are going to continue to destroy our civilization, that's going to continue to guide people away from their purpose. the fact that it was some parents that were concerned and actually raising concern about this is a good thing, but it's still very concerning that the majority of people didn't care. And the school district allowed this club, the Satanic Temple, to be able to hold their after-school club in their schools. Even just the symbolism alone. This is all happening in a town called Hellertown. I don't think that's a coincidence. In Hellertown, they're going to be setting up a satanic after-school club.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. It does not make no sense to me. And especially in a middle school, it's not even a high school. The fact that they're aiming towards such an impressionable audience is just beyond me. It's like they have a goal and they know what they're aiming for and they're succeeding. Sadly, they're succeeding. And we have to think about it. With them teaching everybody to self-worship, everybody is going to be for themselves. So the world's going to continue being corrupt. The Bible wants us to come together and help each other so the world could be a better place. But nobody wants to do that. Everybody rather be for themselves so they can be better than everybody or what they think is better than everybody or have more than somebody.
What's very interesting is what you said earlier when you mentioned how in schools, there's no longer Bibles. They removed Bibles from schools, but now they want to introduce this satanic club. One of the people that was responsible for even the separation of church from state was no other than Thomas Jefferson, who himself was a Freemason. This removing God from schools has always been a Freemason plan because they want to replace it with self-worship. That's what Freemasonry is. Freemasonry is learning enlightenment and becoming your own God. You understand that that's literally what Freemason teaches you. And that's what they're now going to be teaching in school. So yeah, it might be just in one school now, but I wouldn't be surprised if in the next few months or years, we're going to start seeing this introduced at a broader scale throughout many schools. They might have not had the results that they wanted this time because parents were outraged and apparently the club was shut down temporarily or indefinitely. Is not clear on what's going on with that. But apparently after parents outraged and they were calling and telling them that they did not want this in their district, the club was shut down for now. But I honestly believe they're going to reattempt this in the near future. And this was just one of their tests to see how far along are they. And like we know, they're pretty far. They've managed to convince people that Satan is a joke and there's nothing about this. Well, now let's move on and let's get to the next topic. The next thing I wanted to talk about was actually Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's pregnancy. I quickly mentioned this during the video I did on the Super Bowl, breaking down the Super Bowl halftime event and some of the ads. I mentioned how Rihanna and A$AP Rocky are once again having a baby, with Rihanna being pregnant again in the month of February. Me and D actually made a video last year around the same time where I felt that there was a connection between Rihanna's pregnancy and a ritual called the Babylon Working. See, the Babylon Working, I've already spoken about this a few times, but for those that didn't catch me talking about, it was a ritual that was done by L. Ron Hubbard and Jack Parson, and it was actually inspired by Aleister Crowley. They actually got the ritual out of Aleister Crowley's Book of Magic. The spell was an incarnation spell. It was supposed to incarnate a goddess and then allowing them to 1 year later reproduce with that goddess, giving birth to an incarnated version. And like I've said multiple times before, A$AP Rocky has shown clear evidence of being an occultist, and it's the same with Rihanna. So the fact that they're once again pregnant during the month of February, when this ritual is only allowed to be done, it's only allowed to be done during the month of January through March. That's when Crowley said this ritual can take place. So the fact that Rihanna once again announces her pregnancy during these same 3 months, I at all don't think it's a coincidence. And I wanted just to talk about this because me and D got into it last year. And even then I found it coincidental that they were announcing their pregnancy specifically during these months because they were pregnant for a while. It wasn't like Rihanna just got pregnant. She waited for this specific time frame to reveal her pregnancy. And I believe that there's a reason for this. You understand? We've seen time and time again, these occultists do everything for a specific reason.
Definitely. And then this year, she does her whole pregnancy announcement during her 13-minute Super Bowl performance, also wearing red. We already did a whole video on all the symbolism in there. So just connecting that together, there's definitely something deeper going on behind this.
Yeah, and then especially look, when we look at this Vogue cover, it lets you know that a ritual was definitely done. Just look at what they're calling the cover. On the cover, we see Rihanna holding hands with A$AP Rocky, and A$AP Rocky is holding their baby and they're walking on the beach. And on the bottom left corner, it clearly says Rihanna Reborn. I do not think that this is a coincidence at all. I believe that last year when that ritual was done, Rihanna was indeed reborn. And now this year, they're reattempting the ritual, just like Hubbard did with Parson all those years back. We have to understand that those that run the industry, they're all occultists and they all practice this ritual magic. This is what they've been into and this is not going to stop. So when you see this imagery coming for Rihanna and A$AP Rocky, you know exactly what it represents.
Not just A$AP Rocky and Rihanna, all of the celebrities, they love, throwing up their imagery, taking their pictures like this and plastering it. It's like if it's honored to show to the other celebrities, that they're actually doing it, that they take part in it. But they're all doing it for a reason. They like to tell us that it has no meaning, that it's just art form. But how many times can they continue to do the same stuff with multiple people? It does not make sense.
Especially when you look at Rihanna's performance during the Super Bowl. Specifically, like they were making her appear as a god.
Oh yeah, it looked like she was controlling the mass of people that kept, performing behind her. The way that they were dancing, they kind of looked like puppets on strings, dummies.
Considering that, like I said, I believe that she was doing the incarnation ritual, the fact that they're showing her like this god, I believe is connected. I believe that they're choosing to present her as this because the ritual worked. Jack Parson and L. Ron Hubbard, they claim that their ritual worked. They claim that their incarnation ritual worked and that their female goddess was incarnated in some woman, and then they reproduced with that woman, and they believe that the child also was incarnated. I honestly feel that there might be a connection between this. And like I said, Rocky has shown plenty of times that he is a part of the occult and he practices ritual magic. All of these occultists, specifically A$AP Rocky, has shown signs that he's a follower of Crowley. Some of his A$AP mob members can be seen wearing Aleister Crowley shirts. And also, if we look at the What's Up music video, we can see him sitting in a pentagram doing rituals, clearly showing that that's the part of the world he's with. He's also been hanging out with Michelle Lammy, another occultist. All of it shows clear signs that Rocky has been down with the occult. And then when we look at Rihanna, who's down with Jay-Z, and who's shown many times that she's a Masonic puppet with the one-eye symbolism, it's hard to deny, that A$AP Rocky and Rihanna are more of a publicity couple than anything else, in my opinion. It's a couple that was set up by the industry for a specific reason, and I believe the reason Rihanna, out of all these years of not performing, not being in the industry, was chosen to perform this year was because she is performing this ritual. Well, that's it for this episode, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you all, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Goodbye, everybody. I hope you guys have a great weekend.
I just want to give a special shout out to the Truth Movement members. I truly appreciate every single one of you. If you'd like to further support the channel, join the Truth Movement, or you can join me on Patreon where I drop exclusive videos monthly. The link would be in the description. Another way you can further support the channel is by checking out the Truth Fit store and seeing if you find anything you like. Every purchase you make goes directly to helping the channel and furthering Truth Records. Also, please leave a comment on your thoughts below and on any future topics you would like to see me cover on my channel. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified when I drop new videos. If you like this video, please leave a like as it helps other people find these videos. You can also find me on TikTok and Instagram and follow me there for more truth. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.